to you from the top of the Poconos, it's The Balcony Show with your host, Ann Thatcher, Bo Sommer, and me, the Madcat. We have searched the globe for the best in indie music, so you don't have to. So here we go, The Balcony Show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Balcony Show. And here in studio with the Madcat and Bo. Hi, peeps.
Hello.
Hi, peeps. Peeps.
Peeps.
Happy belated Easter. Peeps.
See? Do you eat them things? I don't like peeps.
I used to. I
don't
now.
like grainy, something that's sandy, like the texture bothered me.
Yeah.
They were right there with candy corns. Throw them right in the freaking trash.
Oh, candy corns
Just throw them
are
in the trash.
So disgusting. Never
Ew,
liked those.
No, never liked them either. You know, and then when you're a kid, everything's on your face. Well, when you're a kid, everything's on my face anyways. If I don't like something or yeah. I'm
sorry.
I have one of those faces that if I don't like what's going on or I can't hide it. I'm always in trouble for what I'm looking
What's
at.
on your face?
Yeah, the face.
Tell us a little more about that.
Don't be jelly.
Why are you hitting me?
But anyways, we're going to start things off with our wonderful segment. Hit it, Dave!
Useless facts. Facts that are freaking useless. So on today's useless facts, we have useless fact number 1. Slinkies are 82 feet long.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Did you? I had no idea that a slinky was 82
It walks
feet.
downstairs alone or in pairs, making a
Amen.
slinkity sound. It's 82
Look
feet
at
long.
you.
It doesn't pack a bong. What?
Oh, okay.
I don't think I think some words were changed there.
Oh, it's a new song. It's going to be a number 1 hit.
Never knew that. That's pretty insane. That's a lot of metal.
That's a lot of metal.
It is a lot of metal.
But of course, you know what I mean? Let's give kids. And we did.
I love my Slinkies.
Did you run up the top of the stairs?
Yes.
And how many? I mean, like.
all the time.
Yeah.
Loved
Yeah.
it.
Loved
and when
it.
it got
It was
tangled
great.
up, it's like, I
That's
need a
it.
new
It's done.
Slinky.
Fine.
It's done.
And then you need another one.
Yep.
I like the sound.
Oh, yeah.
The ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink when
I
it
used
went
to
down
do
the-
that like milking a cow.
I don't know
People
if
can't
that's
see my hands. I'm like,
But I
I'm
assure you,
making
she's
the utter
making the
motion.
hand gesture. And our other esteemed colleague, Donna, was doing the same thing.
Things are getting a little warm in here.
This is such a weird place, folks. I can't even begin to tell
Don't
you.
be revving up the Madcat, you
Donna
guys.
knew what I was doing. She joined right in.
All right.
All right, useless fact number 2. Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. I always thought they kind of grew the same.
I mean, I'm right-hand dominant. You know, I don't know.
So I guess you got to clip them more
know.
often,
I never took notice.
or not?
I never
See,
noticed.
what are you doing? This is the thing. I don't sleep now as it is. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to be like laying there. I'm going to be nodding off. And I'm going to be like, are my fingernails growing on my right hand?
Well,
But what if they did?
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
but
I mean,
does your dominant right toe, do your toe nails on your dominant side grow faster too?
Ooh. I'm going to, here. All right.
these aren't useless facts. That's a troubling fact.
Here's a troubling fact. I broke my ankle 10 years ago. Bad. Micro tears, everything. I was put on a steroid, and my big toe grew a couple hairs. I kid you not. I was off the steroids. And my ankle healed. I was like non-weight bearing for 3 months. It was like a serious break. And no more, like, all gone. Like, what the heck? What's in steroids?
Why did you go off your medication? Well, my big toe was growing a freaking
It was
beard.
getting hairy.
Yeah.
But just the one toe on the
hairy
broken ankle foot. Is that weird?
Like really can there's like, what is it about people too when you hear something like that? The first thing that I think is, ooh, I want to see that. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah,
it's
well,
like
thank
weird or
God.
oddity, like the Mummers Museum.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted
the
to go
Mutter
there.
Museum. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
in Philadelphia. If you've never been there, it's fun to go and take a look because they have like all these odd things or abnormal,
Yeah.
stuff.
I've always wanted to go there.
It's pretty cool. It's smaller than I thought, but yeah, really interesting.
All right, balcony show road trip.
Weird stuff.
Just don't open the one drawer in one of the cases because it doesn't close. So I walked away when I called somebody over. I called somebody over and said, "Hey, come here. You got to look at this," because it was stuck and I couldn't push it back in.
Why are you
And then I
opening
walked
drawers
to-
in a museum?
Well, because you're supposed to. There was stuff
Oh.
in it, but I didn't realize that it wouldn't push back in. So I opened it and I was like, "Oh shit, it won't close." Oh, whoops.
Oops.
Probably something they do
damn,
just to
it
give
wouldn't
people a heart
close.
attack.
So I called my friend over. I'm like, "Oh, you got to see this." And when she was looking at it, like I took off. She's like,
Wow, what a bunch
"Oh my
of
god, I can't get the door."
Don't,
so many oddities on
don't
so
let
many
Ann touch
levels.
anything when you're out on a day trip. Because
Yeah.
if it's broken, she's going to hang you on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yup.
Yeah.
All right, useless fact number 3. Golf balls tend to have 336 dimples. I feel like this is a fact that I once knew that I have forgotten.
336
What?
dimples.
Yes.
What? That's
So if you're out
That's a
golfing, there's a
lot
good
on a ball.
excuse. You know what I mean? You can, like, if you miss that shot, say, "Oh, that ball, was a few dimples short." I swear it was 332.
So that's why that's why I'm always slicing into the freaking woods.
Because you're lacking dimples.
I
I'm
am.
all
just
right.
saying.
We need to have a golf. I've never gone golfing.
Oh,
Me either.
And
couple
I'm-
bottles of wine and a day of golfing. I'm down.
Yes. All right. And I'm not. You can't get all crazy on me and be serious. I want to
I suck.
I want to
It's good.
drive the cart, and I want to laugh.
Oh, you
I
wanna-
just want to drive the
Wait
car.
a second. See, now, I'm scared. All right, you know what?
Well, they'll know.
Like
the
for a
wrecked
hot-
crew laughing their buns off out in the middle of
No,
the
that's
field.
the balcony
us.
show.
For a
on
hot
golf
second, I was
today.
excited about getting my golf clubs out of storage. And then the moment you two started talking about who's driving the cart, I'm like, yeah, no. All right, useless fact number 4. The average American spends about 2.5 days a year looking for lost items.
I think this is more.
Yeah, I've spent more than
I
2.5
think
days.
so.
And the
looking-
older I get, I think the more days get added on. How many people have went to look for something, walked into a room, something happened, and you walk back out and
yeah,
you don't
that's-
remember why you went in the room in the first place?
Oh, that's happening more often than not.
Scary.
Yeah.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Useless fact number 5. Dolphins give each other names.
Isn't that cute?
That's super cute.
So out there somewhere, there's a Madcat dolphin.
You know,
Wait, what? Oh, is that what a dolphin says? I think with my laryngitis from my allergies, I could
like
probably do
Flipper?
like.
I just can't right now. I just can't.
That's my dolphin.
There's mine. Can we hear your dolphin sound there, Madcat?
Not even a little bit.
Come on, Madcat, do it.
I can't even
Do
try
it.
it.
Try.
Come on, you gotta
Come on.
try.
I'm a baritone. Do you know any baritone dolphins?
Try.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you know a baritone
She
dolphin.
would know a baritone.
Yeah, she would. Come on.
Bob.
I know a baritone dolphin. His name is Bob.
Come on,
He
Madcat,
went,
do it.
"Oh, yeah, yeah."
There
That's
we
about
go.
what he
See, we
did.
got it.
No, I want the. Come on, do it. Be a sport. Play the game.
I just did.
What
the heck was that?
Be a sport. See, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Madcat leaves another woman unsatisfied. You're welcome. 15,697
Oh, dear Lord.
days straight, I have displeased them all.
So there you have it, useless facts. And I got to tell you, I'm very excited about today's show. We have a jam-packed show today. We have the band, the Southern Gothic, but we have its debut central here today. Not debut, for what
First
is it,
time.
new song?
Yeah.
I have 3 brand new singles.
Okay.
by 3 of former artists on the show.
That was
That's
debut.
exciting.
Yeah.
Well, they're no debut because that would be
Yeah.
their
I mean, they're
first.
out and everything. But you know what? That's pretty exciting that we actually are supporting and these artists are still creating. So good for them.
Yeah,
Looking
and-
forward to it.
So fantastic. So let's get things started with the first song. And this just came out from Adam Warner. You're going to want to, you remember Adam Warner?
Oh, here we go.
Madcat remembers.
No disrespect to you, Adam, but they make me sick, bro. These ladies in this
God.
room make me sick.
Oh, come on.
It's
You
the
know,
voice. We love his
swoon.
voice.
We
love
oh
his
yeah.
voice.
They
we're,
swoon.
yeah, we're swooning
You
over
know,
his
hair
voice.
down to the back. he's eye candy.
Yeah. Eye candy
nice
with
guy.
an incredible voice. So
That's
yeah.
an
We're looking forward
understatement.
to Adam's new song.
But anyways, the name of
Donna, you will like.
the name of his new single is "Can't Hide Country" by Adam Warner. Take a listen, and we'll be right back.
Krylon spray paint welcome sign, population 609. Another one down to the guitar town. 300 horses carried me out. Well, that bluegrass turned to blacktop fast. Skyline went from hills to glass. Front row seat to the neon green. Might have changed a little, but that don't change a thing. You can let your hair fly like a hippie child, but you can't cover up that wild side. Suit yourself up in that city style. You can try, but you can't hide country. Trade your rust red for a Cadillac. Yeah, hillbilly roots for a higher class. Cut the woods down, but they're gonna grow back. You can try, but you can't hide country. I still keep my boots by the bed, read a verse and bow my head. Got a few habits I just can't kick. I picked them up out in the sticks. You can let your head fly like a hippie child, but you can't cover up that wild side. Suit yourself up in that city style. You can try, but you can't hide country. Trade your rust red for a Cadillac. Yeah, hillbilly roots for a higher class. Cut the woods down, but they're gonna grow back. You can try, but you can't hide country. Boondock Saints christened in the waters of the creeks with the canes down in the hollers. That's us. Get loud. Throw 'em up if you wanna get down. Let your head fly like a hippie child, but you can't cover up that wild side. Suit yourself up in that city style. You can try, but you can't hide country. Trade your rust red for a Cadillac. Yeah, hillbilly roots for a higher class. Cut the woods down, but they're gonna grow back. You can try, but you can't hide country. Try, but you can't hide country.
And we are back on the Balcony Show. Right now we have the song Villain by tonight's interview, the Southern Gothic. So sit down, give it a listen, and when you come back, we're going to have Connor Christian on the line. So here we go.
You know we're over, baby. Why can't you let it go? keeps starting over and it's really starting to take its toll. I want to see you smiling, even if it ain't with me. Don't want to be the bad guy, but maybe that's what I gotta be. Try to be your hero, try to be your Superman. Honey, if I can't love you, then maybe there's someone else that can. If it takes me losing just so you can end up winning, if you need someone to take the blame, girl, I'll be your villain. I'll be your villain. Love ain't a railroad track, I'm trying to tie you down. But how can we start moving on if you keep stopping by my house? Wish we were like a movie with a happy end, but this is real life, baby, and we ain't getting it back again. Trying to be your hero, trying to be your Superman. Honey, if I can't love you, then maybe there's someone else that can. If it takes me losing just so you can end up winning, if you need someone to take the blame, girl, I'll be your villain. We try to treat a dead end like an endless road. Honey, I can't help but love you, that's why I gotta let you go. Try to be your hero, try to be your Superman. Honey, if I can't love you, then maybe there's someone else that can. If it takes me losing just so you can end up winning, if you need someone to take the blame, girl, I'll be your villain. I'll be your villain. Yeah, yeah. If it takes me losing just so you can end up winning, I'll be your villain. If it takes me losing just so you can end up winning, I'll be your villain. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll be your villain. Yeah, yeah. I'll be your villain. Yeah, yeah. I'll be your villain.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Balcony Show. And we are very excited because we have Connor from the Southern Gothic on the line. And welcome to the show, Connor.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
And you're here to talk about your brand new album, Burnin Moonlight, which is fantastic.
Thank you so much. I'm really proud of that record. We've been waiting a long time to get that out there.
So we just heard the song Villain. Can you tell us about Villain a little bit?
Yeah, that song came from, I was driving in to my writing session one day with Quinn, who's our bass player, and another Nashville writer here named Trafton Harvey. And so I'm driving in, and that song, Wish That I Was by Maren Morris came on, whatever, it was on the iPod or Spotify, whatever I was listening to, it popped up. And it got me really thinking a lot about, the chorus of that song is, I'm not the hero of the story, and it got me thinking about, no matter, who you are in the story, to somebody else, you're most likely the bad guy. And sometimes maybe it's easier to just be the bad guy and sort of take the hit so that you can move on. And that's what that song is really about, is, if somebody's got to be the bad guy for us to finally split up like we like we both know we need to, somebody's got to be the bad guy. I'll do it so that we can, get on with our lives.
Yeah, I got to say, I really appreciated it about the song. I was just like, I love lyrical content, and those lyrics really struck because, for me, I mean, I've done that a few times. I've just gone ahead and just taken on the villain role, just so that way it can end, and then they can go off and do their thing, and everybody can just go be happy about what they're doing.
Right, yeah, because, it's the ripping the Band-Aid off thing. It's like, all right, somebody's got to be the bad guy for a while, and then, in 6 months, everybody's going to forget who was the bad guy, and just like, oh, who are they with now? So it's, it's hard to do in the moment, but, when you look back at it with a little, perspective, it's probably the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the band name, the Southern Gothic?
We used to have a different name, and we got a cease and desist letter from the other band, and so we're like, oh, well, we have to change our name, and we had just finished a record. The record was called A Southern Gothic. In college, I really took a lot of lit classes. I really loved Southern Gothic literature, everything from Tennessee Williams and
right.
people like that.
Yeah.
Of course, like To Kill a Mockingbird, and like darker stuff like Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Any Flannery O'Connor, that kind of stuff. And so that was sort of my literary niche in college. And I wrote an album, and that was probably 2006 or something like that. That was sort of stories like that. Things that sort of literature had inspired in me, and so I called the record A Southern Gothic. And when we decided we had to change the name of the band, we all made lists. We went through 3,000 band names, and so we ended up picking the one that nobody liked. Everybody was unhappy with. So that's how we got. And so for a long time we were called Connor Christian and Southern Gothic. And then that name is a little it was a lot. It was pretty cumbersome. Right. So then it was the question of okay, should we just be Connor Christian, or should we be the Southern Gothic, or what should we do here? A lot of people, just based on my last name, a lot of people would try to book us for church shows and stuff, and we're like, oh no, you don't want us for your event. I promise you that won't go well. So we decided to go with the Southern Gothic, go with the back half, and it still confuses a lot of people. They're still like, wait, what? So are you like Southern? Were you like Marilyn Manson with cowboy hats? Like, no, it's
no,
not
but
at
I
all
think
like
you
that.
found a really good. You have a really good alt mix with country. So you're finding your own vibe, man.
For sure, we call it the alternative.
See, there you go. And you've opened for some really fantastic people. Wow, Guns N' Roses. Just crazy. Willie Nelson. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Willie Nelson, ZZ Top, Uncle Cracker.
No Guns N' Roses. I wish I could say that was true. The rest of them were all true, but no Guns N' Roses.
Sorry.
Somebody put that in my bio. They're trying to puff me up, but but they gotta let me know that I'm supposed to lie about it. But no, but all the rest, ZZ Top, Uncle Cracker, Willie Nelson, Tim McGraw,
Heart. Wow,
Heart, man, that was I was a big fan of Heart growing up, especially that big '80s record. I was a kid when that came out, and that record stayed with me with What About Love and These Dreams.
Oh yeah, sure.
That whole record, man. That record, I was nonstop for 5 years in my room. So that was a big moment for me.
Okay, that's a little bit too much information, Connor. I'm just saying.
Man, I was 8. I don't know what's going on at your house, man.
I take the 5th. So
there you go.
200 shows a year you were averaging, and
yeah,
wow, that's crazy.
We were doing it. Yeah, that was definitely there was a 5-year span where we did 1,100 shows.
Wow.
And it was crazy, and it was, it was beautiful, and it was gross, and it was all those things,
That's stamina, man. I mean, seriously, that's really getting it out there and living that dream for sure.
Yeah, and most of those shows, some of those shows obviously were the opening act where you come out and you get 40 minutes if you're lucky, but most of those shows were 3-hour long, like full Bruce Springsteen sets.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Like that's how we built our following, our reputation was through the live show and getting out there and just leaving it on the stage every night where people, they can't even clap enough for the encore because they're so worn out from the show. That's what we're aiming for,
And you were kind of a nomad. I want to say nomad, not that you didn't have family, but you moved quite a bit when you were a kid. You were in Korea or Indonesia, Korea, Belgium. How do you think that affected your music, Connor?
I would think the biggest thing that it affected was that there's two things. I'll say that. The first thing is that, especially when you listen to modern country, it's like a lot of the lyrics are about your hometown, and I grew up here, and I remember that stump over there, right there's the church where
you don't write a song now when I remember that stump over there.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the vibe of modern country music, and I can't relate, because I grew up in all these weird places. I grew up, with my dad having to show his civilian ID to get on the army base in Seoul, Korea, so we could go to the, PX and buy Lucky Charms once a month. That was, it's like saying, oh my God, I can't believe we get American cereal this week. It was a big deal. So, so I don't have that, like, that hometown thing that I think a lot of, that a lot of both country artists and country fans have, which has both, served to make me, like, different than a lot of people and, unique in that way. And to some people maybe a breath of fresh air, but then to a lot of people, I think they hear what I'm singing about and they're like, wait, what? And they're like, you went where?
Something different. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I tell you, brother, I was raised in a very, very country family. I myself went on to be a bit of a metalhead, and it wasn't until the latter years where I reconnected to my country roots. And I got to tell you, man, lyrically, you didn't miss a step, brother. You definitely got the country vibe going. I feel everything about you being country true.
Thanks, man. I try not to be one thing or another. I just try to write songs that sound true to me, that ring true, and I think if they to me, they're going to feel right to somebody else.
And that's what country music's supposed to be about, keeping it real.
Yeah.
Right, for sure.
Telling real stories.
All right, so the next song our listeners are going to hear is Classic. Do you want to set that up for our listeners?
Yeah, so my story about Classic is this. So this was the second song I ever this guy, Mason Thornley, he and I wrote this song together. And he and I have, since written, dozens, maybe 100 songs together. We've worked together a lot. But this is right when Mason moved to town. I had been here in Nashville, but about a year, and transitioning from all the time on the road artist to a songwriter, writing songs for other people. We were writing together, and a publisher came to me and he says, "Okay, well, here's who's looking for songs this week," and so you try to write to that list. It's like what makes sense. And one of the things on the list was Tim and Faith, and they're making a duets record, and they're looking for a duet. And so we initially wrote Classic as a duet, trying to pitch it to them. Well, sure enough, 10 days later, Dan calls me in his office. He's like, "You'll never believe it. Tim and Faith put your song on hold."
Oh, wow.
So Tim and Faith's record, it's going to be a hit, maybe it'll be the title track, it's going to be all this stuff. Well, the duets record never actually came together, and they didn't do it.
Oh,
so
man.
Yeah, so even though they put the song on hold, I told everybody it was coming out, and
Of course
made
you
myself
did.
look like it. Like, look, I've learned my lesson. I've had more than said a word about it until that song, came out on the artist's,
Yep.
iTunes page. And I was like, oh, when he starts posting coming out on Friday, then maybe I'll repost the thing. But anyway, it was my first Nashville lesson. Keep your mouth shut. Don't, whatever. You're gonna end up making yourself look like a liar.
Stuff happens. All right,
Yeah,
well, listen.
but yeah, go ahead.
We're going to take a break and let our listeners hear this great song, Classic, by the Southern Gothic, and we'll be right back with Connor.
Like the shine on a red Coca-Cola can on a hot summer day. Like you always do, rocking Converse shoes and Ray-Ban shades. That little black dress takes my breath over and over again. Yeah, I still gotta have it. Baby, that's classic. And we know you and me will always be the story they write about. Years go by, a love like ours is never going out of style. Trends come and go, but everybody knows we'll still be around, always in fashion. Baby, that's classic. You and me, we're classic. While everybody else is streaming some beat off of their new phones, you're 95 cool, rocking Garth Brooks tunes on the radio. We're still hanging on to that stick shift truck, owning the night just like it's automatic. Baby, that's classic. And we know you and me will always be the story they write about. Years go by, a love like ours is never going out of style. Trends come and go, but everybody knows we'll still be around. Thunder rolls through the static. Now baby, that's classic. Like a midnight kiss on New Year's Eve, a shooting star wish that you gotta believe. After years of joy and tears, we still got that magic. And we know that you and me will always be the story they write about. As years go by, a love like ours is never going out of style. Trends come and go, but everybody knows we'll still be around, always in fashion. Thunder rolls through the static. Baby, that's classic. You and me, we're classic. Oh yeah, yeah, classic. Baby, we're classic.
And we are back on the Balcony Show, and that was Classic by the Southern Gothic. And we are all still on the line with Connor Christian. So, Connor, tell me, man, now that things are starting to lift up and the restrictions are starting to peel back just a little bit, what are you guys looking like for the touring this year?
Yeah, buddy, I'm getting my first shot tomorrow. That's why all eyes are toward getting out on the road toward the end of the summer. We've been having some conversations.
Coming to the East Coast?
Yeah, I hope so. We did New York. That was one of the last gigs we got to do before everything shut down. I want to say it was like February 7th or something of 2020. And then we didn't play again until February 4th of this year.
Wow.
I think we did New York, DC, Greensboro, North Carolina, and that was the end of the tour on February 9th. And then we were supposed to go back out in May, and Burnin Moonlight was coming out then. So anyway, we're going to do sort of a belated Burnin Moonlight, tour. It may not hit as many cities as we normally would, but classics started getting picked up on some of the bigger stations in the UK and Europe, and so we're definitely looking toward some European gigs in the fall or early part of the winter, and we're gonna just get out anywhere that it makes sense, anywhere that they'll bring us.
Well, listen, Connor, I want to thank you for being a part of our show, coming on here, and everybody get out there, get Burnin Moonlight. We're going to finish with your song Past Midnight. Is there anything you would like to say about that?
There's a very cool video for this and an acoustic version on our YouTube
yes,
page.
There is.
So check that out too. So I'm really I love that acoustic version. That's one of my favorite things. Little side things that we did from this record. So anyway, hope you guys all out there like it. Thank you guys for having me on the balcony.
That's right. You know it. When you're out in the East Coast, you got to hit us up and let us know you're going to be out so that we can come see you play. But in the meantime, everybody get out there. Again, Burnin Moonlight, you're going to want it. The whole album is absolutely phenomenal, and I expect nothing but huge things from you, Connor Christian.
Thank you so much.
So you take care and be well, man.
All right, y'all too. It's good talking.
Cheers, brother.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
The clock keeps ticking, we keep talking. Don't know where this is headed, but I know one thing. You could be home right now. You could have checked out, went back to your couch. You could be winding down instead of losing sleep. It's a little past midnight, must be something going alright. You're still sitting by my side, burning moonlight. We keep this thing going on and on. Your lips fit real good against my lips. It's like we're on our own island. I could spend my whole life loving you past midnight. Clock's still ticking and drinks still pouring. It's getting later and later and later, but we just ignore it. You could be home right now. You could have checked out, went back to your couch. You could be winding down instead of losing sleep. It's a little past midnight, must be something going alright. You're still sitting by my side, burning moonlight. We keep this thing going on and on. Your lips fit real good against my lips. It's like we're on our own island. I could spend my whole life loving you past midnight. This was nothing, we wouldn't still be here. No, we wouldn't still be here. It's a little past midnight, must be something going alright. You're still sitting by my side, burning moonlight. We keep this thing going on and on. Your lips fit real good against my lips. It's like we're on our own island. I could spend my whole life loving you past midnight. Loving you past midnight. I love you past midnight.
Okay, guys, important topic today. It's called music metadata. And I don't want to lose anybody. I'm going to try not to get too technical, but I think over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be discussing different aspects of music metadata and what that means to you as an artist. Essentially, if a song file itself is the data, meaning the metadata is the song title or the artist name or the track length or the genre, that's very important, especially when you are setting up your songs on like distribution sites like DistroKid and I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but Spotify on your website, on YouTube,
Apple, anywhere you send that song.
Yep. So in the context of music, it's the information that's embedded into an audio file, and it's used to identify the content. So if you have a song and you're uploading all that, and this is the painful part, it really is, especially for artists that are DIY and you're indie and you don't have a team helping you out. But just simply stating, music metadata can actually enhance playlist inclusion or getting discovered on not just Spotify, but other platforms, because it helps to classify and deliver your songs to like fan-based identifiers. And it can actually start a little fire for a song or your album or, whatever you have going on. That can turn into something, that can turn into a bigger deal. And that metadata is going to be impactful. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to take different aspects of metadata and just go into a little bit more detail, describing, distribution and talking about how to maximize earnings, because that also plays a part in the potential of making money, as long as that metadata is correct. And again, it's a chore and it kind of stinks, but it has to be it's got to be on your radar, because it is super important. And you don't really hear any information about it. You don't hear anybody really talking about it. So we'll be covering that this week. And of course, I don't know, I might dedicate like the next 4 weeks to music metadata, because there are so many aspects to it.
Well, not only that, but I can't even tell you the number of songs that I've come across that weren't properly tagged, which means that they're not going to get paid and all the things that you mentioned. So you're right. It is a huge topic. And so cool topic. Thanks, Bo.
You're welcome.
I'd like to remind you that The Balcony Show is proudly produced by Rock Hard Studios in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. So check them out at rockhardstudios.com for all your musical production needs.
Madcat's Madtrax. And on today's Madcat's Madtrax, we have Girl with a Guitar Case by the Cumberland River Project. So sit down, give it a listen, and here we go.
Growing up in a small town can be tough for a girly teen. She starts writing songs and is a karaoke queen. Heading down to Nashville, for mom it's like going to war. But her dad spends a monthly salary for a nice Martin guitar. Her head's filled up with fresh tunes, music's running through her veins. And when she's out of money, she's not one who complains. I see her walking down Broadway with a big smile on her face. Hold on and keep the faith, girl with a guitar case. the guitar case.
Welcome back to the Balcony Show. Coming up next, we've got Words and Alibis by a very special past guest, a recent guest, Dustin Chapman. So check it out.
Oh, it wasn't the same old moves, the ones that always kill you. He throws them down in a corner booth round the block so he can't hear you sing your worries and beg for mercy from someone who ain't even there. Neon lights and rendezvous. When he's gone, he eyes the words I do. So you let Rob sing your blues, and you wonder what you can do to make him care. No, it just ain't fair that you choose to be lonely when he's gone tonight. That it takes him just a little while to sweep in and offer you a reason to finally believe in his words and alibis. Deep cut country song makes you feel like you should just hold on to those memories on your wall that replace time you walk your home, but it ain't fair that he just don't care that you choose to be lonely when he's gone tonight. You keep hoping that it takes him just a little while to sweep in and offer you a reason to finally believe in his words and alibis. Chances being wasted on someone who's only saying words and alibis.
And you're back on the Balcony Show, and that was Words and Alibis by Dustin Chapman, who was just recently on American Idol but never made it to TV. But he did make it to Hollywood in the auditions and stuff, so next year, hopefully he'll go all the way. We've come to the end of another great show. Connor Christian from Southern Gothic. Wow. I can't wait to see where this guy is in about another 5-10 years, because he's setting a hard pace, man.
Yeah, and really good. Lyrical content. I mean, he's about as country as you're gonna get.
But yet there's an alt kind of, he's doing his own thing, and I dig it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, and it was nice to hear that, and it just goes to show you, an indie artist, because he technically kind of is a DIY, and he doesn't have a fancy schmancy big label behind him or whatever, but he certainly has a lot of very cool, successful things under his belt. But the number of shows that he mentioned that they did, last year, the year before? I mean, that's like a well-known touring band. 200 shows in a year or however long.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very impressive, and it is doable for an indie artist, without a doubt.
It shows his commitment, and I think that's, one thing about indie, and the hardest thing about indie, and I will say, those that are making it or making some strides, they are hardworking. They are out there. They are getting it done.
Yeah, they're
You know what I
hustling.
mean?
You have to hustle. You have to be on that game every day.
Yeah, you can't throw a song out there and then not do anything for months on end.
Every overnight sensation is a journey 1,000 miles in the making.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's anybody who believes the stuff like Jack Nicholson was a hot dog seller or whatever, a hot dog vendor, and then the next day he got this movie.
No.
It's these guys have been out there. They're
paying their dues.
Yep.
And I think that's important, you know, because now it's incumbent upon you to build your audience first.
Yep.
And you have to create a big stir,
and another,
so to speak.
and another, a quality shout out to all the indie artists, because during the whole shamdemic, the major artists kind of went away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was only a very small handful that was out there like doing stuff. Garth Brooks, I'll name drop him. The stuff he was doing with his live streams and his wife Trisha were amazing. But by and large, they weren't putting out any new music. They weren't doing anything. And all the indie artists have been out there still releasing their music, releasing their content, getting it out there and just putting it out in the world when everybody else kind of sandbagged.
So true. And you know what? And I just have to add to, all the artists that may be, and this is by no way, shape, or form, we're not like trashing on, the bigger names or whatever, but you just realize they really are tied and married to those huge corporations, those like gargantuan corps, you know, where the indie artists aren't, and they're hustling. They're paving their own way. And the other artists, they're not. They kind of have to wait for that corporation to tell them, do this, but don't do that, and go here. And there's lessons to be, to learn, to be learned from all of this. Well, if there's one thing that we prove
here on the Balcony Show is that there's a lot of really great music out there that's not getting heard or wasn't getting heard until platforms. And I think we, even though we're one of several. You know what I mean? But we're still on the forefront of getting indie artists heard, and I'm proud to be a part of that.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? And I would stand indie music against some of the best of the best. I really would, toe to toe.
There's absolutely incredible, phenomenal talent out there that just is yet to be discovered. And hopefully we play even a small part in maybe introducing somebody to a song that they're going to love, or a band that they're going to want to follow, from this day on. And so, agreed. Very proud to be a part of that. So with that, I'd like to remind everybody, please go follow us on Facebook, Instagram. It's The Balcony Show Rocks. And Balcony Show on Twitter. Please check out our website. It's going to be up. And we got a brand new look, a brand new do on our website. Brand new do for a brand new do. So we're going to end things tonight with a brand new song. It's all new tonight from Josh Gallagher, who was on The Voice. Yes. And he's got a new song called Bright Side. So with that. And go Josh, because you check out his Facebook. That dude is hustling every day.
That's what's up.
He's a great guy. Yeah. He's just a great guy, too, you know? So congratulations, Josh and Adam and Dustin, on all your new singles. It's our privilege to put them out there for you. So with that, Bright Side by Josh Gallagher. Take a listen, and we're out of here. Good night, everybody, from The Balcony Show. We'll catch you next week. Good night, guys.
Like a miner, mountain deep needs a way out, and a ship lost at sea needs a lighthouse, a beacon that leads it safe through the waves and the danger. Every soul in this cold, lonely world needs a savior.
And that's what's up.